So when Honda Canada reached out to me again this year and was like, hey, do you want to ride something again? Who am I to say no to riding an Africa Twin? And let's be honest, when you hear the name Africa Twin, what comes to mind? Well, for me, it's mud, off-road, rally, dirt, rocks, all of those things that aren't really me unless I'm on a dirt bike. I'm a sports bike rider. But with the 2025 Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sport ES, that is a mouthful. Honestly, it changed all of my opinions. Now, with the 2025 Africa Twin, you can still do those off-road adventure stuff, which I did, but with this one specifically, it's less rocks and more high-speed commuting and thinking long-distance adventures. And I kind of sort of put it through the test of doing a little bit of those, commuting to work, riding a semi-far distance, as well as a little bit off-road fun. Now, this specific model, it is awesome because it's really meant for those mile munching distances, because it is amazing on gas, absolutely comfortable with tons of text and spec that makes it worth the ride or the purchase as well. Now, at the time of recording this video and looking here, the 2025 Africa Twin Adventure Sports ES, still a mouthful, so we're just going to call it Africa Twin from here on out, comes in at a cool $22,025 before all the additional pricing. Now, what does that get you? It gets you a 1083cc unicam parallel twin engine, and to simplify it, it is an 1100cc beast. If you are a spec sheet warrior, which I am not, but I am inquisitive, so I did look it up to see what the difference is between this bad boy and the 2024, and it was the same CCs. But a little bit more research, reading some press releases, the Honda engineers did some tweaking to this. And with that, what they did do, to my understanding, is they upped the compression ratio as well as adjusted the valve timing. And what does that mean for you on the road? Well, it means you get a 7% increase in power. But Cass, what does that 7% increase really do? Well, imagine you have your luggage, your passenger, and yourself, and you're going on an incline up a hill, and you need to pass a semi. This little thing now with that extra percent, or that extra 7%, is gonna allow you to do that. And yes, being a sports bike guy, I love the concept of the looks of sports bikes and the feel of sports bikes, but the thing we all love the most is the sound. And with the Africa Twin's exhaust, or just the sounds it makes from this 270-degree phased crank, it gives you that throaty rumble as if it was performing like a V-twin. And I mean, it is beautiful. And another really cool thing about the Africa Twin's exhaust system is that it borrows the valves from the CBR 1000 RR, but it uses the same system inside of this, which just makes it sound even better. Now, how do you get 1100 cc's down to the ground? Well, there's two variations. There's the traditional 6-speed manual transmission that we all know and love so well, or there's Honda's automatic dual clutch transmission, or DCT, kind of the same thing that you can get in your car. And me being someone that loves manual so much, getting used to the DCT on this specific bike was a little bit of a learning curve, but none to say the less, it was still amazing. Now, on the bike, there is, I guess, 3 ways to use the DCT. The first one is just drive, or fully automatic. You jump on the throttle and it changes the gears for you, buttery smooth. Now, the second variation is sport. Just how it sounds, it makes it a bit more aggressive and you drag the gears out more. So gear 1 feels longer and you can hear the high revs, the RPMs just kind of going through. Now, one that I personally used the most was manual, but not like a true manual, but like in your car, if you have paddle shifters, you put it in manual and then it allows you to dictate when you want to change the gears. You want to drop 2 gears really fast on the highway, you use the little paddle shifters with your left hand, press down 2, take off. And one of the biggest changes for the Africa Twin on this specific model is up here. It's no longer a 21-inch wheel, it's now a 19 in the front and an 18 in the back. And yes, they are tubeless. And keep in mind, I'm not someone that rides trails very often, but when I was in the dirt, I had no concerns. It just felt planted, it felt stable. And the steering geometry with that smaller wheel at the front feels more natural if this is something you're coming over to and you've never actually done kind of long distance or adventure riding as well. And the great thing about it being an electronic suspension is you don't need to carry tools. It takes a little bit of figuring out, but with using the dials on the handlebar, you can adjust the dampening based off of your luggage, if you have a passenger, and what mode you're in, it will adjust it on the spot to give you that appropriate suspension or ride that you're looking for. Got a plane going by, but with the 2025 model, the focus was redesigning the front and getting that wind drag down. Now, one of my favorite features, but a small feature, is the adjustable windscreen. So pop that bad boy up and you really cut back on a lot of the wind that would be hitting you or your helmet on a long trip or high-speed long trip. Now, back to the tech and the information. A lot of it is housed on the 6.5-inch TFT touch display. And yes, this bike is equipped and adapted for Android Auto and CarPlay, so you can see all your great and fun details right there on the screen. Now, as well, you have your, I got the number right, your 2A power outlet, like your old school cigarette lighters, as well as having your USB plug right on the side there, where you can go ahead and plug your USB in, have lots of power for any long trips as well. Okay. Now, just like the CB750 that I rode last year, it comes with a bunch of different modes inside of the bike preset. The standard would be your touring, then you have your off-road and you have your gravel, as well as your 2 user modes. And all those modes have tons of customizability from your traction control, your engine braking, your power delivery, as well as your suspension, hard or soft. It's all readily available on the screen and at your fingertips. So is the Africa Twin for you? Well, depends. If you plan on doing some commuting, long distance riding, you want to mix an adventure, you're just getting into the concept of adventure riding, and you want all the bells and whistles for a really affordable price, this bad boy with all that power, all that comfortability is going to be perfect for you. And if I wasn't a die-hard sports bike guy, I would honestly consider this. But take with that information as you see fit. And like I always say, peace.